Hi, I hope you are all really good. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I have decided to finish every book I'm currently reading. So I have got 5 current reads. I'm a huge mood reader, and what I've been finding lately, being in a reading slump, is I'll start a book, read a chunk of it at least, and then I'll get bored of it. And I'll be wanting to start another book, so I will just start that book because at the end of the day I would rather be reading anything rather than nothing. But then that results in you having loads of books that you've started and have not finished. So I've got 5 books. In this video I'm going to focus on 4 because I am reading an audiobook. I'm reading Legendary by Stephanie Garber, the second book in the Caraval series, but I'm reading it on Spotify, and I think my audiobook hours need refilled or something, but I don't know. I'm not paying extra on top of my Spotify premium, so I'm gonna wait the week or whatever before I can catch up on the audiobook. So I'm not going to focus on that in this video. I'm going to focus on my 4 physical current reads. So they are The Cheat Sheet by Sarah Adams. I am on page 207 of this. This is my reread. I love this book so much. It's amazing, but it is taking me longer to get through because I'm annotating it. So I'm loving this, but it's just taking a while. Then I've got my romance book, which is This Summer Will Be Different by Carly Fortune, which I am 214 pages into. I was enjoying this, loved the setting of it. It was perfect when I was reading it outside, but now I'm struggling to find the motivation for it. I'm struggling with romance books. They're all very predictable, and I really don't want the miscommunication and third out breakups. So I've struggled to go back to that. My thriller book is Genuine Fraud by E. Lockhart, which I am 60 pages in. I wanted this as a quick thriller, started reading it, got tired, haven't got back to it since. But so far it was good. It was really quick. It's already quick. So, and then my fantasy is A Memory of Song by Scott Palmer, which I am 335 pages into. It was good. It was long and it was really complicated. I was trying to read it for a book tour, so that's how I actually got really far into it. But now that I have posted for my book tour date, I am lacking the motivation to finish it because it is complicated and requires brain power. So those are the 4 books that I am hoping to finish in this video. I need motivation to finish them because they will just sit unfinished. So this is my motivation, you're my motivation. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a number generator, and I'm just going to, every time I sit down and read, I'm going to spin the number generator, and whatever number that lands on that corresponds with the book is the book I'm going to read that little time I sit down and read. So I could end up reading 4 different books in one day, or I could end up with the same book all day. That's the plan. So sorry, keep it interesting to keep me getting through these books. So I'm going to sit down and read just now. I've had the day off, but I've been with friends all day, and then sitting editing this afternoon. So I'm going to sit down and I'm going to start reading. I'm going to officially start off this video.
I look at you and it's easy to see.
I got number 4. Literally the one I did not want to get. Which is A Memory of Song. But let's sit down and read it.
You are that someone I've been trying to meet. I got your number, won't you pick up the phone?
Okay, I have made it to page 358 of this book, of A Memory of Song. It's really good. I've just been crying at it, which is quite impressive considering it's been a week since I last read it. This stuff just so complicated though, and the issue with it being such a thick book is it just takes forever to get any chunk of it read. Okay, I am in bed now. I'm about to do the number generator for what book I'm going to read tonight. I'm kind of hoping for The Cheat Sheet, which is number 1, because I was enjoying A Memory of Song earlier on. I did start getting into it, but I don't know if my brain could cope with a complicated fantasy tonight, but let's see. I got 4 again. I am losing faith in this number generator already. But anyway, I'm going to sit down and read some more of A Memory of Song.
Don't leave me hanging on the dial tone. Think back to the night that we met. Jumping in the pool, talk to you, dripping wet. Nervous when I...
Okay, it's now 12:30. I have sort of started getting a bit distracted with my book and setting my phone and stuff like that, and I've got work in the morning, so I could do with going to bed, so I'm going to set it down for the night. I have got up to that. Hang on, let me tell you a page number. Page 401. I'm up to page 401. I have got so little left. Less than 100 pages, or about 100 pages. So it's looking really, really positive for this book. It's good. I'm curious to see what the ending's going to be. It's as complicated as it has been, but I am enjoying it and I'm so excited to finish it. Okay, it is day number 2 of this challenge. I was working all day. It was busy. It was a long day. But anyway, I'm home now. I'm going to do a little bit of reading before dinner. So I'm going to spin the number generator and see what I get. I'm not really sure what I fancy. Yeah, I was going to say my brain is sort of hurting after work, so I maybe don't want the fantasy, but I think I'm past the complicated part maybe. And by the way, the number generator was going yesterday, it can only give me number 4. So let's spin it and see what it's saying. Okay, I got number 3, which is Genuine Fraud by E. Lockhart. Let's start reading.
Speak so I trip on my tongue, never thinking you would be my number one.
Okay, I'm just gonna head off for dinner. So I managed to get up to page 109, which is just the start of chapter 13. It's good. I'm enjoying it. It's really quick to read, which is good, but it's confusing and complicated. And I wish I hadn't left so long between last reading it, because I picked it all up and I didn't know who anyone was and I didn't know what was happening. But it's good. So it's quick. It's really short, which is really good. Okay, it is after dinner and I'm just going to spin the number generator and see what I'm reading just now. I finally got number 1, The Cheat Sheet by Sarah Adams, so I'm going to sit down and read and annotate some more of that just now.
When I speak, so I trip on my tongue, never thinking you would be my number one. Jump in your car and we drive to the beach. The sun was setting, it was just you and me.
Okay, I finally finished a book. I am 1 book down, 1 out of 4, quarter of the way there. I finished The Cheat Sheet by Sarah Adams, my reread and annotation of it. Look how pretty it is. I get so obsessed when I annotate my books. I am planning on doing a BookTube video on here, talking you through all of the books that I've annotated and things like that. So if that's something you would be interested in, please do let me know and I will get it filmed soon. So yeah, I finished this. I read most of it earlier on and then I had like 10 pages left, so I didn't bother redoing my random number generator. I just finished it off because I really wanted to. It's even better than I remember it being. Oh, they're just so perfect. And so I was rereading this so that I can start the real book, and because I love this book so much. This is the best fictional couple ever. I love Sarah Adams' writing. I've read a lot of what she's written, like all of her recent stuff I've read. If you've not read a Sarah Adams book, I would highly recommend. I would start with this one, I think. But yeah, I absolutely loved it and I feel like I'm finally getting somewhere with these physical books. I don't think I'm going to read any more just now because I'm pretty exhausted, and although I've got a day off tomorrow, I also don't want to stay up really late and then just spend all my day off tomorrow in bed. So I'm going to go to sleep and I will get back to reading the 3 books left of my current reads tomorrow. I did it again. I have not picked up a book in days. I was on such a roll with this challenge. It was going so well and I actually haven't read in days. I think the last day I read was Wednesday. It's now Sunday. I had a day off on Thursday and I was out for lunch with my parents and my sister, which was lovely, and then I had the whole afternoon, which I could have been reading, but instead I actually got motivation to write again, which if there's anybody here that writes, I'm the kind of person, I don't force myself to write, but when I get the motivation to, I sit and I can just spend hours and hours writing. So I did that on Thursday. I did that on Thursday afternoon and Thursday evening. Friday I was working, and then I was round at friends for dinner and then spent the whole evening there. Saturday I was working, and then I came home and was round at my grandparents' house for dinner, and I think I did a teensy bit of writing that night, but I was really tired. And now it's Sunday, I've been working all day, and then I was watching the football, and it is now bedtime. It's like 10 to 12 or something mad. I'm really tired, but I've decided that I need to pick up my book again. I still have the motivation to write, but I need to read, partly because I need this video to go up this week and because I haven't picked up a book in days. So honestly, mad. I don't know how this keeps happening, but anyway, I have got the next 2 days off work, so my plan is to try and get through the 3 books I have got left over the next 2 days, and tonight. But I don't know how much I'm going to read tonight because I am going to fall asleep. Anyway, I just spun the number generator and I got book number 1, which is Now This Summer Will Be Different by Carly Fortune, which is probably the book I've got the most left. I haven't read this book in weeks. I have no idea what's going on. Let's get reading.
Wind in my hair and the sand in my shoes. Could have chosen anyone, but I choose you. Hop back in your car, top down. There's no stopping us, cause we own this town. Never knew I could.
I actually managed to finish it. It is now 10 to 1 in the morning. I feel less tired now than I was when I started reading this book earlier on. But yeah, I finished it. I have no idea what to rate it. It's not a 5. I'm between a 3 or a 4. So moments like this where I wish I did like half-star ratings and quarter-star ratings and stuff like that. I don't know. I loved the characters. I loved the romance. I loved the setting. I didn't love the third act breakup. They took so long to get together, and then when they finally get together, it is so sincere and serious that you think, oh my god, they're not going to have a third act breakup, and literally 5 pages later, they've got a third act breakup, which I hated. I also hated how predictable the relationship was. And I should be used to it by now. If you read romance, every romance book is predictable pretty much. It was just like really predictable. I knew where everything was going. And also, it was like, it takes so long for the slow burn, and so much of like the first, even 3/4 of the book is so fleshed out, and it spans over such a long period of time, and you get so much extra. See, once you get to that like 3/4 length mark, everything is so rushed. I don't want to hate this book because I really enjoy Carly Fortune's writing, and it is like pure escapist joy. I think I'm just going to go for a 3-star. It's almost a 4, but I think I'm just going to go for a 3. I did enjoy it. I think also if I had finished it when I started reading it, I think it could have been higher. I think my reading slump is affecting that rating. I would definitely still recommend it, even though it was only a 3. It's perfect for reading on the beach. The setting's lovely. It's a cute little romance. Yeah, I would recommend it, and I will definitely be reading some more of her books in the future. But anyway, I now only have 2 books left. I'm going to go to bed. I'm not going to read any more tonight. But let's see if I can finish the next 2 books over the next few days, and I will get back to you tomorrow. One more thing I forgot about this book. It's so overly smutty. I don't mind a bit of smut in a book, and especially if the spice is well written and adds to the plot, then yeah. But it was just all the flaming time, and I know some of it wasn't in detail every single time they talked about it, obviously, but I'm not even joking. You couldn't have a chapter without there being smut. And it was just about overkill for me, especially when they got together, and I'm like, I don't want to see all this. Yeah, sometimes I rather clean romances, sometimes I don't. This one, it was just too much. And I don't think her last book was like that, because it was kind of, well, not her last one, her first one, Every Summer After, that I read, because I don't think it quite had to the extent that this one had. But anyway, I'm going to sleep. Okay, I am back. It's the next day. I did have the day off work today, but I had a long lie this morning and I went and met up with a friend earlier on, so it's now 8:45 and I'm only now picking up a book. But I'm now down to 2 books. I think I've got them the wrong way around. Yeah, I'm now down to 2 books. I have just got Genuine Fraud and A Memory of Song left. A Memory of Song, there's hardly anything left, and Genuine Fraud, because it's so short, should be quick to get through, so I'm hoping to try and finish the 2 of them either tonight or tomorrow, but I'm just gonna spin the number generator and see what one I'm gonna read just now. Okay, so I got number 2, which is A Memory of Song, so I am gonna sit down and hopefully I can finish it just now.
Have such fun, never thinking you would be my number one.
I now only have 1 current read, like a normal person. Wow, literally so happy. I finally finished A Memory of Song by Scott Palmer. I'm the same as I was last night. I don't know how I feel about it. It's between a 3 and a 4. I think I'm going to go for a 3. I really enjoyed parts of it. I loved the romance. I really enjoyed all the found family, and I loved most of the characters. It was just such a thick book. It was such a thick book. It was so complicated. The magic is so original, but it was just so much information. I did get a little bit lost in the story sometimes. I did really enjoy it, but I think I would struggle to go back for the sequel. I don't think the sequel's out yet, but I just struggle with really high fantasies like this. I did really enjoy it and I would highly recommend. And if you are a fantasy reader, particularly high fantasy, then I would definitely recommend this to you. I think I'm going to stick for a 3-star. It was a really good book, but I did struggle. I think this reading slump is just making everything so much lower rated. But a huge thank you to Love Booksters for sending me this copy of this gorgeous book, and I am delighted to have finished it. Okay, it is about midnight and it is time to pick up my book. I have been sitting on my phone scrolling in bed for too long, but I really want to try and finish Genuine Fraud tonight. I'm up to page 109. It's a very short book though. I'm hoping I'm going to be able to speed through it to finish this video off. Yeah, so I'm just going to get started.
Nervous when I speak, so I trip on my tongue. Never thinking you would be my number one.
It is currently 12:30 and I am already struggling. I am only on page 155. I'm so confused. The timelines are all over the place. There are so many characters, but also like so few characters, and I just don't understand it. And this is really not helping. I'm so determined to try and finish it, but I also am really struggling to read it. I love E. Lockhart, and I absolutely loved, what's it called? We Were Liars and Family of Liars. They were incredible books. This one, I am really not feeling it right now. Okay, I finished it. It is now like 1:15. It was actually rubbish. It was actually rubbish. 2 stars. This reading slump has really brought my ratings down, but it was just rubbish. And I had such high expectations because I'd heard good things about it and I loved the other 2 books of hers that I've read. it was so confusing. It went like backwards in timeline, so it had like chapter 18 first and then went all the way back to chapter 1, and then we had chapter 19. But in that one chapter it would have, so it would go like back in time, but in that chapter it would have stuff obviously going forward in time. I just got really, really confused. And then the characters, I was getting confused between the characters, and like the main character and this other main character. Didn't really know what was going on half the time. Everything was just really not fleshed out, and there were so many questions that just like never got answered, and these like things that were felt like they were building up to this huge plot twist that just never happened. Yeah, I don't know. I'm very disappointed because I had high expectations for it. But oh well, it is what it is. I finished it. So I can officially say that I have finished all of my current reads. I can go and pick something, and I don't know. I don't feel like I'm out of my reading slump yet, but here's hoping that maybe the next book I read will be good enough to get me out. Either way, that brings me to the end of this video. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you'd like to like or subscribe, that would absolutely mean so much, but just the fact that you're still here watching me rant about books and read my books is amazing. So yeah, I will hopefully see you all soon for another video.